I'm going to show you everything legal today. This is a legal Texas handgun. I bought this handgun when I first moved to Texas. It's a .38 Special. It's legally in my name. Bought it in Kingsville many years ago. These are some extra bullets I went shooting. Why are you showing us a gun, John? Can you imagine? I've documented to you Tommy Nichols trying to run me off the road. Do you know how dangerous that is? Pursuing me. And do you know he had an officer gun? Can you imagine if a citizen had a legal gun and tried to pursue a cop? They would kill and murder that citizen. Can you imagine if a citizen with a weapon on him asked Roger and Danny and Huey and Guitar Jason, I want you to give me a blowjob, whether consensual and some are not. Can you imagine a citizen having a history of this? I make no threats. This is a legal handgun for self-defense. Can you imagine me as a citizen today with a legal handgun walking up to the officer that approached me in Shannon case about a month ago? And can you imagine me with a legal handgun just walking up to him and asking him, do you sin and commit adultery? That officer would shoot me in the head in Texas, point blank. And then later he would say, why do you think Scripture permits a double standard like that? I have never had any of these homeless guys give me oral sex. But can you imagine if I did that with the threat of a gun, with a history of assault? So what you've had here in the last 6 months is documentation of things that people, and the most severe one is the San Diego police chief called Nava. Can you imagine that? This is a legal handgun. And for those who are new to my videos, cops were telling my friends in the street, John's carrying a handgun. John's carrying a handgun, which I don't. But can you just imagine that? What discipline did you give to any of your officers? If in Nueces County you can have an officer commit incest on his daughter, which you have in San Diego, which is Nueces County, and his semen in the girl's bed, his DNA, letters of a sexual nature, and this man is the chief law enforcement officer of a city within Nueces County. Say if I had a history of assaulting my friends, but yet I did all that with the badge. I have a fire department badge, which you tried to take from me. You got some gold. Here's my badge. And you kind of mocked me. See my badge? It's just the fire department retirement badge. You know, I'll tell you, I can't do them all. I want to go short. But can you imagine a citizen with a legal handgun just walking up to Chief Markle, or that officer that walked up to me 2 months ago, and then to ask you, Chief, I just have one question. Are you committing adultery? You would blow my head off, Chief. You would pull out your service revolver and you would blow my head off. Because the altercation would be like, how dare a citizen just approach us? When I made the video, I'll be at my daughter's, I think, later, and I walk the dogs. You say, why don't you talk about the cop that's right there? Not out of fear, because my daughter lives there. But my son-in-law will verify. If Fox News has to be here to do an expose or CNN or whatever, my son-in-law will verify to you. They'll say, what crimes was John speaking about? He'll tell you. I got another friend on Facebook. He'll tell you too. But you know how offensive that was to me when my daughter and son-in-law, they were like, oh, he's a friend of theirs. They help each other with babysitting. But it offended me highly that even my kids said to like, oh, wow. Okay? That's legal, Chief. And you guys walked up to me with one of those, called a service revolver or whatever you use. One of your guys tried to run me off the road carrying a weapon like that. How is that acceptable, Chief? How have you dealt with your department, Chief? Or are you too busy in extracurricular activities?